Get out of my way, peasant. Thank you. Make the car impossibly comfortable, yes? Make the steering pinky light, yes? This is not a normal car review. This is my series where I talk about how cars feel. Today, we have this long boy, this Jag. It's got a 3-litre bi-turbo engine. I'm quite excited to drive it. A huge thanks to Alex from South Wales for bringing this car down. I just want to make a point about how much I appreciate you guys. Everyone that's brought a car down, everyone that's watching the series. Most car reviewers on the internet don't get to be as honest as I get to be. And I can only do that because people bring me their cars and agree for me to be honest about them. So a huge thank you to everyone that's gotten involved with the series, because without you guys, this series doesn't exist, and especially Alex today. And for everyone who can't bring a car, we now have a subreddit for steering feel review. Get on there, review your own car, get involved in the discussions some people are having, which is really cool. And to kick this off, I've actually done a written review of this Jag XF. So let me know if it's any good or if I should never do it again. Here's a list of everything I test. Every one of those is a chapter down below, so you can skip to the section you're most interested in. This car has a wheelbase of 2,909 millimeters. This is by design. This should aid massively in stability at high speed. The steering rack ratio is unknown. This is a hydraulic steering rack. The vast majority of luxury cars had moved to electric steering. From what I've read online, I believe this is built on the Ford Mondeo platform, and that platform was still using hydraulic steering, but I guarantee the specs will not do this car justice. The only way we can understand how it drives is by getting out on the road. Let's go do that, starting with spirited driving in a Jag XF. This feels wrong. Lots of torque, gobs and gobs and gobs of torque. This is a 2-ton diesel rear-wheel drive Jaguar. This is not like a lot of the cars I've had on Steering Feel Review, let me tell you now. This feels very different. The suspension is sublime. While I'm doing this, I can whisper in here and you can hear me perfectly. And I'm hustling it down the back road at the same speed that I would be doing in hot hatches and performance cars. A little bit of ABS I think there, but like, the grip is there. This is wrong. This is not what the car wants to be doing. Okay, let's get into the actual spirited driving steering feel review. Directness is a measure of how responsive the steering is, how quickly the car turns when you turn the steering wheel. This is a big, comfortable boat. I'm gonna rattle through these spirited driving scores. Do you know what? The off-center response actually isn't that bad. It's like this floaty kind of character. I think if I'm objective about it, the steering is quite sharp. Like, you don't need a lot of wheel turning to get around corners. There's not a lot of slop, but it just has this loose character. It feels super assisted. No, it doesn't feel particularly direct. Weight is all about how light or heavy the steering is, and how that changes the harder you turn the steering wheel. One of the lightest steering feels I've ever felt in my life. It's airy and light and lovely. And with one finger, I'm just whipping it through this country lane. Like, I'm quite hard on the brakes there. I'm like, this is a vibe. I don't even want to drive this car fast. In cars like this, I don't care that the steering doesn't weigh up. Yes, look, let me just put that out there. No, when you put this into a corner, the steering weighting doesn't change. It doesn't really care. Okay, the car is now in dynamic sport mode. The car's owner is telling me, stop driving it like a pussy.
It won't shift for you.
It lets me hit the red light, that's kind of cool. This feels so wrong. I think part of the reason I don't really want to drive it that fast is because there's so little communication. You could so clearly tell this is not what this car wants to do. This car is a wonderful, relaxing cruiser of a car. We're gonna get into normal driving and I'll tell you more about that part of it. But no, the weighting is not sporty or good. Texture is all about the feeling of the road through your hands. The best cars will tell you exactly how much grip you have as you're driving. Because of the purpose of this car, it's probably better for Jaguar to remove the texture. I don't think if you want a luxury car with this type of experience, you want to feel texture in the steering, because you want a lovely, soft, easy driving experience. I don't even blame it for not having texture, because this car shouldn't have texture. Let's talk about normal driving. What is a Jag like on the motorway? One of the quietest cars I've ever been in for traveling long distance. From memory, this is like Range Rover quietness. It's one of the most stable cars I think I've ever driven. Little bit of dead zone for going straight. Just lovely. I could sit here for hour upon hour upon hour and never have an issue going down these roads. I'm sitting here trying to decide if this is better than like modern BMWs, and I think it is, because with modern BMWs there's like a slightly more sporty character on the motorway. The steering's a bit heavier. The car just feels a bit more on its toes. This Jag literally feels like driving an armchair down the road. And the steering also has that character. It's like soft and nice. It's just wonderful. The car will naturally go where it wants to go, and I just kind of offer suggestions, guide the car. But really it's the car making itself go where it's going. I'm not really doing much. It's a lovely experience, and one that you have to go to luxury cars to feel. Even a Golf GTI, which I rate very highly for normal driving, it can't give you this sense, this feeling of like grandeur, this feeling of peace. Jag XF around town. No more than one finger is ever needed to steer this car. No more than 1% effort is ever needed to be exerted. I'm comfortable and quiet, no matter how sharp the corners I'm going around. The car will take care of it. Let's see what the self-centering is like. Oh, very slow. Okay. I think that might be the only downside around town. I would buy one of these cars, especially if I lived my life on the motorway, or if I drove a lot in any capacity. I can't think of a lot of ways to get around that are better than this. What is an XF like to park? I do like these Jaguar Land Rover rotary dial things. She's a long girl. Impossibly easy. What a nice car. If you're new to this channel, I've been making videos about cars for like 3 years now. I've driven a lot of cars. It's not often I come across a car that gives me an experience that I haven't had in anything else. I would say the closest feeling to driving this car is like a modern Range Rover, but a modern Range Rover delivers that experience in a different way. You sit up high. In this car, you sit quite low. I don't even think I've really done a steering feel review here today. I think I've prattled on about other stuff more. I think the steering is the most important part of a car, but this car has a cohesiveness, and the steering, unlike in almost any car I've ever driven, is not so important. Conclusions and scores. The car as a whole first. I know it's an old Jag and you don't think it's that nice, and yeah, maybe some of the plastics are a bit cheaper, and the way the door handles, like, I don't normally get out during this section, but I gotta show you guys something. The way these door handles sound, that's not opulent, that's not super nice or whatever, but the way it goes down the road is as Jaguar as anything I've ever driven. This car drives down the road in a opulent, regal, gentlemanly manner. It has plenty of performance. It's actually quite fast, but it doesn't feel fast. It actually has a lot of grip and is very competent and can go down a back road quite quickly, but it doesn't make a song and a dance about it. It doesn't need to communicate all of that to you because you should just know. It's a very different driving experience to most things I've driven. I'll touch on the interior quickly. There's some really cool things like the vents moving and there's certain lights that will pulse to the heartbeat of a Jaguar. These seats are absolutely phenomenal. The driving position, for me, I prefer sitting like this than I do sitting higher up in an SUV. My legs stretch out in a more natural way. It's just got a really special vibe to it that you don't see in many cars. What about the steering then? For spirited driving, I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. It feels very similar to a lot of modern electric rack cars. The steering's pretty direct. The weighting is light and weird and disconnected and doesn't really communicate, and there's next to no texture. That doesn't matter. Forget about it. Who cares? The spirited driving score in a Jaguar is not important. I'll tell you what is important, the normal driving score. I'm having the same problem with this car that I had in the BMW M140i. I want to give this an extremely high score, but I need to leave myself space at the top of the score band because I know a Range Rover is slightly better than this, and I know a Bentley is slightly better than this. Those are cars that I've driven off camera, not made a review about. I'm gonna give this car a 9.2. This is one of the best normal driving cars I've ever experienced in my life. I did not expect to be this blown away by how this car goes down the road. These scores are subjective, and I do think in this car, more than almost any other, the rest of the car really influenced my score here. I try not to let that happen, and I try to just block everything else out and focus on the steering. You probably feel that in the video because I wasn't even talking about the steering feel. I was just talking about the general way this car goes down the road. I'm gonna stop yapping now. I can't even review this car. It's one of the nicest cars I've ever driven. YouTube really wants you to watch this video. If you enjoyed this episode of Steering Feel Review, you'll probably like all the previous episodes of Steering Feel Review in the playlist. My name's Mick, I drive cars. Peace.